Hi guys, I'm doing another fight archives video, and this fight that I'm going to be reviewing is Wladimir Klitschko vs David Haye. And this fight was billed as the Talk Ends Now heavyweight unification fight for the WBA Super, WBO, IBF, IBO and The Ring magazine heavyweight titles. This fight was on the 2nd of July 2011 in Hamburg. And let's talk about it. So let's talk about the build up to this fight. Well, Haye did a lot of talking, and this was a time around where obviously Wladimir Klitschko and Vitali were the champions. Both of them was basically ruling the division, especially Wladimir, very dominant, and he was been dominant for a couple of years. And obviously Haye coming up from cruiserweight, Haye obviously fighting the likes of Van Leeuwen at heavyweight, and to be fair, Haye didn't really fight anybody proper at heavyweight. He didn't fight, fought a few old guys, and nobody liked Klitschko, So his preparation for Klitschko wasn't the best because he hadn't fought a world-class big man boxer at heavyweight. Van Leeuwen is not the best. John Ruiz, just don't make me laugh. So Haye hadn't beaten that many good guys at heavyweight, whereas Klitschko has been dominant for a long time at heavyweight. He's a natural heavyweight. Klitschko 240 pounds. He's a natural heavyweight, 6'6", 55-3, 48 KOs. This guy can punch. This guy can box. This guy can move. This guy can make it ugly. This guy can hold, and he's strong. Haye coming into this fight, quick, fast. He's a poacher, so he'll come in. He's got an exciting style. Big right hand, powerful speed, good reflexes, good head movement, good footwork. Both guys haven't got the best punch resistance. Both guys can get knocked out. Both guys have been dropped by guys that are not big punchers. Both guys have been put down multiple times in their career. Both guys have been stopped early in their career. So it's an interesting fight. Both guys can punch. So coming into this fight, you'd think it'd be a very exciting fight because you've got two powerful punches, unification bout, a lot of big hype in the talks because Haye was talking like, yeah, I'm going to knock Klitschko out, I'm going to stop him, and he was critical. He was very critical about Klitschko's style in all his fights. He's boring, his safety approach, he doesn't come out. He's a control freak. And some of the things were correct about Klitschko. So in my head, I thought Klitschko was going to be much more aggressive in this fight because he wanted to ring and knock Haye out. He made a promise that he wanted his 49th KO to be against David Haye. He wanted to knock David Haye out. So Haye bringing the WBA heavyweight championship, and Klitschko having the IBF, WBO, IBO, and the Ring and lineal heavyweight championship. So it is unification. It's a big fight, and Haye promised to do a lot. He promised he would knock him out. He made the public really buy into the fact that, he's gonna knock Klitschko out. He's gonna be the big puncher in the fight. He's gonna be dominating Klitschko. And obviously we'll talk about the fight in a minute, and that's not how it went. But yeah, he promised a lot. The way he took it on the 1st of July, Wladimir weighed in at 243 pounds, 110 kg, which is a good weight for him. That's a very nice weight. This is his ideal weight to be at. Very mobile, very strong. Wladimir is very trim. So it's easy work for him really to get in shape. David Haye, someone who's always in shape, weighed in at 213, so that's a good weight for him. I would have liked to see David Haye a little bit lighter, but at the same time, you don't want to. I suppose he wanted to be a bit more strong against Klitschko in the clinches and stuff because it wasn't going to be easy. A lot of opponents, especially in Germany, would struggle on the inside against Klitschko because he wouldn't lean on them, he would hold them, make it very ugly. So it wasn't easy. And Haye being not even a natural heavyweight, actually a cruiserweight, wasn't going to be easy. But then again, people were intrigued because Haye had the power and speed on his side. So if he caught, Klitschko has been knocked out by guys that are not big punchers before early in his career. So if Haye lands, it's for sure he's going to hurt Klitschko going into it. So, this fight was built up very good. It did great pay-per-view numbers. Again, it was a unification, so I've got to emphasize it's a big fight. It's probably the biggest fight you could make back then because this definitely wasn't a golden era this time. Klitschko's era was quite boring. Contenders were quite rubbish. Haye and Klitschko and Vitali and Chisora, I suppose, were the only proper big heavyweight names out there at that time to make big waves in the heavyweight division, you know, globally as well as financially. So how did the fight go? Well, Klitschko won a unanimous decision, and it was a pretty, I wouldn't say it was a boring fight, but it wasn't what Haye promised. Haye he showed good feet movement because he was moving around a lot in the ring, and he showed good head movement because this guy evaded a lot of Klitschko's right hands and left hooks. He was on the back foot. He couldn't get himself going. You know, even his jab was falling short. He just couldn't get any inside. He was lunging in like a joke, man. He was falling short. Klitschko was failing to kind of land clean on Haye because of the constant head moving and twitching. So Haye's speed and agility was really giving Klitschko a problem. But at the same time, Klitschko was winning the rounds because he was the more busier fighter. He was landing a few shots, but Haye would just move his head to take the sting out of it. So Klitschko was winning most of the rounds like that, you know, and I think near the end, Haye was going for broke, you know, and he was trying to swing, and he landed a few cuffing right hands that Klitschko managed to evade. So it was a very scrappy fight. Haye was on the floor a couple of times due to just off balance and just being so much weaker than Klitschko because Klitschko was strong, so he would hold him and push him down, and Haye couldn't really do anything. I think there was a knockdown, but it wasn't really a knockdown. It was kind of like a scuffing push that Klitschko dropped Haye, but I think it was counted as a knockdown. And that was really the cycle of the fight, really, going up into the 12th round. I think Haye did land one good right hand that kind of shook Klitschko, but Klitschko managed to hold on near the end, buy out some time, survived well, and he won a comfortable unanimous decision. You know, Klitschko said after the fight that, you know, he was expecting a bit more. The great David Haye, he spoke a lot, he talked a lot, and he didn't really produce as much. Yeah, he showed good head movement, good defensive maneuvers to evade Klitschko's punches and not get stopped. But that offensive prowess that Haye was talking about, he did not show it at all. And obviously we know this is the fact that Haye blamed his broken toe, which he probably did have a broken toe because he did take his shoe off and show his toe mashed up. But that was a specific reason why he lost the fight, because he couldn't push off on his back foot. That's just rubbish. He lost the fight because a good big man beats a good small man. It's as simple as that. And you just could not get any inside. You couldn't maneuver past Klitschko's jab. And ultimately, he was on the back foot, because if he went on the front foot and he wasn't connecting his punches, he would have got knocked out. So he had to survive and move around and try and counter punch. But you can't counter punch a counter puncher who's a superior counter puncher to you. So Klitschko, which is better than Haye in all departments, better jab, taller, better range, stronger on the inside, and ultimately Haye couldn't land his big punch. Was that due to his toe? We'll never know. But at the end of the day, I just think stylistically, Klitschko was going to cause him trouble no matter what. And we saw that in the fight. We saw that, But yeah, so it was a fight that, they both made a good amount of money. The British probably wasn't really happy with Haye's comments, and people were getting on to him about it, which is fair, because, to make an excuse to losing a unification bout because of your toe is a little bit poor. But at the end of the day, Klitschko regained the WBA strap, went on to do what he had to do, and fought more fighters, dominated again. And it was a good name to get on his record. David Haye hadn't lost for a good couple years. It was his first loss at heavyweight. And David Haye actually never got knocked out. It stopped at heavyweight, actually, because he had good movement. But it was his first loss at heavyweight, and he hadn't lost since Carl Thompson early in his career, so it was the second loss of his career. And I wouldn't say he did a good account for himself, because he barely did anything. He kind of moved around the ring and showed good feet movement for most of the fight. But yeah, Klitschko defeats Haye. Let me know what you guys remember about the fight. Tell me anything that you guys remember, any good pointers, and if you want me to do more archives of old fights, let me know. All right.